Hi, John here. It's Saturday today, the 11th of April 2015. Just where we are going at the present time, we're just waiting for the police sergeant to let us know what he's doing about the police complaint for the 1/61 Cook Street. So I'm going to divert the attention from there just for a little bit. And we're going to focus on the shares for investors. I know there's a few people that are still waiting patiently for me to get the website going. We just renewed its license, lapsed, so that's moaipowerhouse.com, www.moaipowerhouse.com, www.moaipowerhouse.com. So I'm going to rehash it and take out all the big amounts of shares, and we're just going to base on a £25 share and just 3 different shares and leave it at that. We can amend it later, but I just wanted to make it simple to join, and when the one app will go to the website and the other app will go to mobile phones on TagPay, so that any mobile phone will work. It don't have to be a smartphone. That way you can just register without those want to register without buying a share, just so you can do that later and just sit by and watch. But for anybody coming in, what we do with the fraud cases is that people who join as non-financial interests have a stake in the funds we recover from the fraud business. So we've got a share business operating online, and we also have got a fraud private investigation business and private prosecution business running at the same time to the shares. So that's the income that we derive. I just must mention before I forget that we have hooked back up to zero accounting. I had that on in 2012. I had these things all going in 2012 with the TagPay and Bullion Vault. And Bullion Vault will remain on the website for gold, but that will come in the way of surplus shares once we get the fraud business going. It's the biggest business out will be the fraud business, as you will see on the pound notes that we are debting against the fraud people here. They've got a problem now, but I'm not going to talk too much about that today. Already said enough about it, so I'll just focus for people like Daryl Payne in America, been waiting patiently for the shares so that we can get some funds in, and that'll take care of some of the issues I'm having with paying lawyers and the private investigator. It's not going to take much, 3,000 New Zealand dollars to pay the private investigator to finish off all this case. But I tried to leave things and do it ourselves as far as possible privately, and that way we've got full control. At the present time, we've got full control of everything we do in a separate sovereign state in 250 countries. You'll see on our site with the flags. So I'll just hang on the income side first. I haven't got any, I'm just taking it off the top of my head, and try and put you in a better light of where we're going to with this project. It's quite measurable in terms of size, and going into a mainstream with all these big projects. So first of all, the income will be derived from the fraud business on recovering debts owed against a fraud. So that's crimes. The proceeds of crime will go back into that account, the same account. And then we've got the tidal turbine energy shares. So those are the £25 shares for the solid metal hydrogen, solid metal hydrogen rocket engine fuel, and also liquid hydrogen jet fuel. Two types of hydrogen fuel. That'll be our main product from the tidal turbine platforms that'll be going in the ocean. Jamie and Marie Stewart, she'll be travelling with me to London to sort the politics, and then we go up to Denmark to the design engineers to put the turbine plans together to build in Scotland, in the Pentland Firth, off the coast of Margate, at the end of Thames River in the ocean, north of Dover. Those are the two main sites that we have for that. So that's for the tidal turbine shares, and then we've got gold shares as well to offset against the pound note that we have. So now we've got the gold against what we can purchase with our surplus funds in investments, and we're not on the share market while I'm thinking about that, but I'll just rattle off things that come up to mind. So we're only a closed private share company that's locked for life, and anyone wants to get out of it, they'll just get back what they put in it plus what they're owed to balance off, and that can be all done on a mobile phone. Then we've got we've got the gold, we've got the hydrogen fuel, and then we've got the fraud cases of that, and then we've got the building industry on what we're doing here on Cook Street is to build the it should take at least 220 stories down, 200 up. It can go up 200 and down 200, down under the ocean, straight down the hill. So we'll be pre-selling those apartments. So we're going to do mostly for accommodation of people in Auckland and other places where it's extreme. Sites where there's no room to improve, but to go inside the hill and build sideways and long ways with what we're going to do there. And we have got the best type of building to go up quickly, and a 200-story building should go up in at least 7 months, finished, completed. That's what I've got on one of my sites. 30 sites, including that many on Facebook. So you'll see it under construction. You'll see all these things happening there and split up for these projects, and you'll see the turbine projects there as well. There's more things to go in there, but that's all for now. And I'll rip the website to bits and change it and put better videos on. Also, on the subject of income, we've got the pound note. Okay, there's a levy debtor instrument. That's the main one that we're having our own bank. Once they put in, the Russians have got rid of the Bank of England and Rothschild's pound note. Okay, so we'll be going back in there into London to put the original King William IV pound note and his coins back in. So we're heading towards that more so. It's been so hard for me to get bank loans, so we'll produce our own and make our own pound notes, our own currency, and we don't have banks. We have a bankless system of using the mobile phones to transfer money from somebody's bank to another bank and convert it straight into pound notes. We'll be starting off using the ANZ Bank in Auckland, New Zealand, and also in London. There's one there, one set up there to start to kick off. So we can go on the foreign currency account we got set up in 2012. That'll continue to go. So been up the bank to set everything up. And this should have been on the way from the Cook Street fraud case. 6 years, and it's up till now that it's taken to solve that one. It'll knock everything out into place once we get through that, and our friends there are trying their best to try and get out of it. No, they won't. Anyway, back to the income. So you've got these revenue sources: fraud, prosecutions, and debt collection. Income, revenue, and then you've got the fuel. Hydrogen is our main industry for it's bigger than the fraud industry in the end, because we're going right around the 250 countries with these turbine bridges in the ocean as their airports. So there'll be passenger airports for the British Lapcat A2 aircraft that's very fast to fly. So I've been on that one for a long time with the European Union Commission, and I was writing backwards and forwards to them at the time. That we can pick up on that. Jamie and I will pick up on that when I get to London to go back into the British Lapcat to get it going, get it flying. They've got hydrogen planes, but the Sabre is another one. There's another one, Cylon aircraft that I want to get flying. I'm very passionate on aircraft, having a license to fly aircraft. It's lapsed now, but I'll just go and fly again when I feel like it. And Jamie wants to fly, so I'll teach her how to fly quick, and so that'll happen. And scuba dive as well, so I'll teach her how to do that too. So she's into that for outside adventure and recreation sort of stuff out with people. Our main focus for her and I is to go out into the well and save the well, and go where interesting parts are where there are mostly children, to help to the problems of housing. So we're going straight into there with big housing and warehouse projects that we've got that go up very quickly, and put our hydrogen right in the middle of it. Okay, so those are some of the issues. So here we go again. I'm going off the subject a little bit here, but however, that's how the brain works. We've got fuel, hydrogen. We've got shares in the field, and we've got gold, bullion vault company. We'll be using bullion vault to store gold in London. It's quite safe there, and they're a reputable firm company that they let me use their name on our site. So that's given us credibility from them. And they've been waiting a long time, 6 years for this thing. Well, since 2012, 3 years. 5 years to get this going. And we're just about ready to go. And so we've got that. Right, we've got fuel. We've got shares. The sale of fuel. Jet fuel and hydrogen fuel to aircraft and ships and whatever, and industry, cars, and everything to be electric. Electricity from the fuel. So you've got fuel, electricity. We're selling like Tesla, but we've got another method of doing things our way, in bulk. You need lots of power to fly aircraft, to carry people. You can't just have solar to carry people economically. So we're going out on the hydrogen economy for the first time in the world. This one. So we'll hang on a second. I won't be a second. It's getting a bit hot here. Very hot, very hot. So, okay, we've got the fuel, we've got the gold, then we've got the fraud, and then we've got the pound note. The pound note is we're selling the fraud debtor instrument to the banks. Okay, straight there. And at the present time, the last time I saw the Bank of England was selling their pound note for 5%. It might have gone down a notch or two, but even if we sold the Moai pound note at 4.5% straight to the bank without any middleman, then that's 45 billion 45 billion interest a year just from the pound note. So that goes back to the shareholders. That's what I'm saying. It's a good deal to just pick your phone up and swipe it across TagPay and register to have a stake in that. So your phone should be withdrawing more than depositing into the account, the way I see it. Anyway, 3.3 to 1 ratio on return investment just on the field. Now, we've got... No, I'll start again. Hydrogen, jet fuel, sale. At point of sale on the hydrogen bridge. Sold from there. Okay? Then we've got rocket fuel. Sold from the point on the bridge, on each bridge around the world. One for each country, 250 countries, sell it to the government, the idea of the bridge, and the landing the aircraft. They land in all those countries. Right, that's that. Fuel. Fuel, aircraft. Passenger service lines, we own everything. We actually own everything. Okay? We buy all the planes, that's the end of it. We buy all the houses, we make the houses. We don't buy anybody's houses, we make new ones. Okay? Everything's new, brand new. Okay, we don't want to go and buy people who bowl it over and put new ones up. So it'll have a longer life span. And so that's that. That's the second one. Fuel, and then that. And then the pound note. And then renting properties to ourselves. Right, that's another one. With accommodation, and the building goes up, and you just can go from one to the other in any country, the same deal. And then we've got fisheries. Okay, deep sea fisheries on the east coast. We're going to start here, and where those platform bridges are, those are actually deep sea fisheries, and we can do all the processing on the bridge in the middle of the ocean. We can do all the farming with agriculture and all that on the bridges, and we can also grow green in the clean atmosphere out in the oceans. Okay, and we can monitor the sea and everything. So that's another one. That's agriculture, meat industry. Fisheries. These are all incomes that we can generate straight away from all that revenue in all the 250 countries. Okay, and then we've got the pound note, of course, just £1 note that I'll sell to this ANZ Bank. That's what was going to happen on Cook Street. When I finish Cook Street, I'll just go down and deposit the debtors against all those ones, the police and their companies. We'll debt the whole lot and take the instruments into the bank and bank it. Okay, so they've got a problem. If they want to muck around with our law, that's what happens. And so we've got those debtor instruments as credit to the shareholders and the members who join. Okay, so we've got that income, and then we've got what else have we got? So that's just that. I'll think of other ones as well, but there's plenty more. I'm just telling you enough of how we generate our own economy in the rural areas on the coastlines, especially the coastlines, because you use the power in the sea is the most power you can ever get in bulk fuel energy, and it's less expensive to build. So we've got building and rental, shopping and produce market that we're going to put up on the East Cape on our land box there with Tamati Reed and them down there in Mano Raro on the Haho A7B 7B block. I'm a shareholder in there, so we're going to have a meeting with them when I get this sorted out up Cook Street. So I'll just stay on the subject of the website. All these things will be on the website. You'll see I'll condense and change the whole thing around. That was a 2012 look at it then. It would have improved from there to now. So we've got that income source, and then you've got the shares on top of it. People putting in cash to buy shares on top of it. Okay. So it's not as though we need money to generate income. It'll self-generate its own income, so long as you're a member. So you'll have a better deal by being a member with us, and we'll grow with it. And you can vote in governments. So we'll be self-government on each of those bridges. is a self-government of its own, a sovereign state inside a sovereign state of that country. And that will have to go through the governments. They'll have to agree. The governments will have to agree to go along with that idea. If they, like the Russians are selling their ruble, it's doing quite well now, so the Chinese have got their own yuan currency. So we're watching all of that, and then we've got the other Brazil, and I'm talking about BRICS. Brazil and who else is it? China, India, inside that banking business. Okay, so then we've got our water money. That's another currency. The water money and the pound note. Those are and the gold. Okay, so the water money will be the value of the water power and the water product itself. We have our own patents. The Moai brand name has its own patents over and above the US patents. So ours is more friendlier for people, not elite. There was no elite in our group. All the funds go straight to the shareholders. There's nothing to be kept in our coffers to make us rich. So I'll make a point of that. That this has got to be like that for it to work. And we have our own insurance built into it, so everybody that joins is automatically insured for life and for travelling on airlines and everything. It's all covered. You're covered for anything that happens to you, okay, anywhere. And so we'll have our own security systems with them, and they will be chipped and monitored in our system. And we've got somebody for that, another POM. So I've got a few POMs that are very clever and waiting for me to get this thing cranked up. So we'll bankroll the military in Britain and also Scotland Yard because they have a financial interest in everything of what I do, everything I say online, and everything I'm doing to make people accountable in fraud from what they're doing on our land. And that'll go for every other land around the world that are joining in cooperatives with us. And we are a locked out system of trading under this flag, under this flag of Admiralty of King William IV. So everything is this British flag. That is a one piece, 100% in one piece. It's not ripped up like the British flag is waving around. It's got Ireland gone, so there's only Wales, England and Scotland left in. With Scotland go out after they have the elections, they'll go independent after that, because another 5 years they can go straight out independent, and there'll be only two there, England and Wales. So we're going to Devonport, me and Jamie, to set up this banknote and the whole business there under this flag to go around the world from there. The same point that was where everyone left to go around the world at 1830 onwards, and this flag is at 1835. Constitution, jurisdiction, and it's a flag of Admiralty, military, and Trading Bank of England, pound note and coins, to trade from state to state, free passage right through the world. So we can go straight into the 250 countries on this flag from Devonport, the same as it was then, with its laws intact, and hasn't been used yet until now. We haven't used our authority ourselves as being the partner of the Queen, the King of England, and so that will take its place to make our trade go straight through. No matter what, it didn't matter. We have no fight. We have no guns. We don't have any of that. We only trade and look after people and insure. The homes are insured. Everything that we get, they walk straight into. So we provide all the housing, and all they have to do is walk in. If you're a member, you've got every right, the same rights as everybody else in every of those 250 countries. Okay, no difference under this flag. Okay, so that's the good news. I really, really wish I was in England now, right now. And Jamie or I will be around campaigning, but however, as long as we get the flag up there before election day, and then Matt Taylor will kick in with us when we get there. Okay, I think that's what's going to happen. The SOS party will go back to the Moai King William party, but that's up to him. He's made all the hard work in the politics there. We'll come along with this flag and push it up and make it fly. Okay, on a 5-state, England, Wales, Ireland and Scotland, and Moai Pacific. There, we've already got the bank set up that way for Moai King William World Bank. Okay, we've got the bank with the pound note, and it's solid. There in its jurisdictions in Britain. Okay, and so we're just let you know that's how I'm thinking at the present time. It's very difficult with Jamie not being here, but I spoke to her this morning, not so long ago, and she's happy. She's ready to go. She's willing to get on the plane and go, and leave the family there. They'll be all right. We'll just get things going, and they'll be kicking later. And I've got my family ready to go too. So we're talking again. Very good for them. Thank you very much for that. And what else that I want to say nicely today? I'm in a good mood now after having something nice to eat and plenty of time to think. So presently now, I'm just putting together the final bits for the Cook Street, and then onto the website. I'll have a little crack at it tonight. I don't know what to do with it, but it's just getting my head around and staying in it, and without jumping onto other things. So we're going to leave the Cook Street with the Sergeant Dennis Culverwell. I got his name right this time. And so he will get back to me. I hope it's not going to be too long, because it's really dependent on the police here. It's a waste of time going to the court, because it's already solved, so I don't see any problems with that. But that's holding us up. Anyway, back to the subject of the project and where we are at, to give you confidence and us and our ability to go and talk in front of anybody out in the well, since we get our own backyard in place first before we go, and also the finance. The funding has been the biggest problem for me as a startup to get going with the bank willing to go so far, but not all the way. They'll always want some security to get the money. Even though they've got billions of money in the bank, they're still mean as. So that's all going to change. Once we get a foot going, we don't need anybody else. So I'm just saying, I'll be with the bank as a start to get going. And we need them at this stage to trade in the New Zealand dollars, and to convert all the pound notes back to New Zealand dollars in the foreign currency account. So the banks are going to stay there anyway, because that's their business and everybody else's business. We're worrying about our business and the way we're going to be doing it. So we've got self-employment in what we do, and you'll pick up a little bit at a time what to do. I'm going to make it easy, and of course Jamie's learning at the same time how to do banking and bank broking and all of that. But really, she wants to do art and put a camera and take photos. So that's what she really wants to do, is art and photograph and filming. So she can get a big TV camera and lug that around and make it like a drone, fly around all over the place. Okay, so that's really, it's going to document everything we do, and she'll be looking after all my daily running things, bookings and everything, to go from here to there, and so that I don't have to trip over myself, so I can keep focus on the higher end of administration with governments that I'll be mixed up with, and do a good job. I know a lot of politics and what to solve problems before they happen, and make a straight a straight decision, not beaten around like I'm seeing politicians do and come and go. They don't last long. We're here for the long haul, and not to be 1 minute there and gone the next. Somebody comes into this, they stay there for life. You get a job in the administration for life. It's no use, you'll never want to leave in this king business. So the king is safest to be with the king, and I really wanted to take King William as far as I can before the people in Britain decide to pick their own king. And there are some there that are legible, and they have the right credentials for that, but I'll leave that for them, because I still bound in contract to King William and his bloodlines, because he created the commerce, the Acts of Commerce and the Acts of the Bank of England Acts, and the Money Act to print the pound note and also to mint the coins. He's put all those acts together, and also the free passage through the world acts together, and also the trading accords that we have with Britain straight to here. Okay, so that's just some of the things that I've been doing. And there are many more other things as well. We've got some other projects as well, but those need the funding. And the biggest thing we're going to be doing, I'm going to concentrate on the bank, the Moai King William Bank, the World Bank, on its original pound note trade. Okay, we'll trade that pound note, and we're matching the pound note with the water money currency against the gold and against the hydrogen. So you've got those four goals and four benchmarks to set our own value of our currency. Those currency, got gold currency, we'll have gold currency, we'll have pound note currency, we'll have water money currency, and we'll have hydrogen, jet fuel, rocket fuel currency. Four currencies inside this bank running at the same time. So they'll match each other, and when the world market goes up, ours goes up, and when theirs goes down, ours stays up. It never goes down. It's gauged by how far they can get it up, and ours will rise and stay there. Okay, it'll stay there. It'll stay fixed for life. Okay, it won't go down, and so that'll put the squeeze on every other system when we've got full control by the people for the people. Okay, the cooperative is owned by the people for the people, and that's the best way to go. The milk company here is in the cooperative, Frontiera, and the dairy company used to be, Ngāti Porou Dairy Company used to be a cooperative then. It was successful, but we're going under that system, and there's a cooperative site I've got on my Facebook that they joined, the Frontiera's in that. So I was going on their figures of their economy in the milk side of things. So we'll have milk in our system as well, of a red shed or a green shed of its own, or in the supermarkets and things like that. So we'll all have that in these buildings that we put up, and the processing of fish, and so that's another industry, is the processing. So there's plenty of employment on the platform bridges. There'll be up to 2,000 to 3,000 people working on the platform bridge with hotels. So we've got hotels as well, okay, on those big building on Cook Street. We've got hotels, and that's that more income. We've got airlines, straight into the airlines on the hydrogen. We pre-sell the fuel, and we'll have those planes. They haven't built them yet. You see, they can't build them because they're going to get the bulk fuel. The only way you're going to get the bulk fuel for those things is from the sea power. And but there's the only waste product out of that is water. So it's a good powerful income source of energy and fresh water. Okay, so we've got fresh water as the water money currency, okay, from the bottled water, and it'll be have the right price, so there'll be a market of its own, and our travel will be the same price all the way through the world on this mobile phone. You just click the mobile phone and you're straight through. We'll have our own planes and hotels and the means of going overland and so forth. So we wouldn't have to worry about too many things about competition with anybody else. We'll have our own products, no GM free, right through the world. No GM. If anybody's got GM around, we'll take it out. We'll take it out, and the market we have it will be clean. The seawater where we are on the platforms, and we check the water for quality, and anybody that's dealing the water gets a bill. All those companies that I've got on there under the King William the Fourth, put the Admiral together. That's what they're using to bowl over everybody. Okay, they're using the Admiralty law of King William to bowl over and push everybody around, and mess the place up with fracking and everything else. The King William law will go straight above that and cancel it. Okay, I'm just telling you. That is another thing that we have got in mind to use once we get the membership up. So we've got the shares company, the main company here is registered here in New Zealand with 1 trillion shares, and then 1 billion shares in each of the 250 countries. You'll see that. I'll just make sure to make it easy. But people don't have to go to the website. They can go straight onto the mobile phone. Their mobile phone will be fit with an app in it, with just everything there, and they can vote. All the people that vote somewhere else in the other countries vote the same way, and back us up here in New Zealand's got 4.5 million people, and if we get 10 million people as members from 250 countries, they're the same people here with the same British passport, okay, same British passport under the flag, so they're British citizens in 250 countries on the bridge, okay, so they can vote and veto anything that happens on the land, okay. They can back up the membership here and boost the numbers up with the mobile phone. The Pope uses the text to mass his flock into donations straight into the Vatican, and so we'll be doing the same system with us, with our shareholders, and with all our products. So that's just some of the products that we have online. I just want to inform you that people joining will be running it. Okay, so all the members, the new members coming in from all of those states, countries, will be actually running it because they have to look after it. Okay, they have to look after the membership. They have to look after the ideas of everything. And on top of that, where it's going to take off is that the big companies will have to join. The whole company has to join in this cooperative in order to sell all their big products. I mean, some of the big companies that come in will trade under this flag straight through. They won't argue about it because they know we've got the title. We have the Moais standing in London, New York, Washington DC, Chile, New Zealand, Brussels, France, and London, as just to give you an idea, and Singapore and Japan, just to give you an idea where we have some clout with our memorials, our flag and a king. Okay, that's all you need for a mortgage: memorial, flag, and a king. That's it. That's it. And King William Admiralty is mortgage, and so we'll just mortgage and use that tool to keep control and also security of interest. Now, while I'm on the point of interest, to those British military personnel and Nicholas Horton, he's the Defence Chief of Defence, and also Sir George Zambalas. He's the Navy chief. To both of them, saying this to the military, that our goal with Moai Crown King William Trust is to use that trust to bankroll the British military, UK, after the elections of 2015, 7th of May elections, in the British general elections, and to bankroll the military to come here to New Zealand on our land blocks at the east coast on a place called Rangitukia, okay, on this riverbed. That's where I want you to come straight in as security over the Pacific, the Moai Pacific title area of discovery doctrines, okay? I want you to come there, and we'll bankroll it against the levy debtors of this industry, as owned by everyone in those 250 countries, not me. I'm just there to set it up, and the bigger companies coming in will guarantee all their work. Everybody that's going to be in this industry will come from different countries, will build in their own countries, right? And China, if they want to build here, will contract them to build here, but most of their work in their country will be built by their own materials and their own people. And we will bring them straight here, or Russians back straight here. Depends on who gets in first with the contract once we let them out. Okay, we'll be doing everything our way, and people who are joining will necessarily be skilled, and as financial or non-financial members, to have a stake in what we do. And that's how Moai works, and how King William works, because I'm speaking for the King of England, King William. Okay. So then the military has been stymied by the Cameron and his Tories, have been austerity measures and cutting back on funds, the same as here and the same as everywhere. The same gremlins of the Queen is doing that to the people. So we are going to bankroll the military with this fund in lieu of getting this Cook Street one going. And then we'll bankroll the Scotland Yard, the new Scotland Yard. You've got the commissioner, the police commissioner, Bernard Hogan Howe. Gosh, I remember his name. Goodie for me. Must have a good sleep. Anyway, Bernard, he has to clean up his Scotland Yard, and it looks like it's having a better problem with itself and its police. The same as here. You've got bad police and good police. Unfortunately, I got a bad one to deal with, and he's in trouble with me. And so we won't talk about that and spoil this video. We'll just talk about where we're going in the economics of this project. So now we'll be ensure that we'll just go back to the mobile phone on the website. The mobile phone will have the app in it. The website will have its app, but the mobile phone will have everything in it under the app, with just the company, its voting system in the governments of those states, countries. You can vote on there in the membership. Okay, you vote the membership. So the more people we have in the membership, the more we can vote and veto whatever happens on your land there. Okay, we'll have a sway of influence in cooperative with the whole membership of the whole world. Okay, with the pound note. Now we don't have to worry about anybody, but just go ahead with King William on his land in England with this app and the pound note, and also the Tag Pay is the phone system we'll be using. I've been through all of them, and there's nothing more genuine and safer than Tag Pay security systems, fail-proof as far as I can see. And also it's a bankless bank. It just goes from one bank through there. It's like FBOS, and then to the other bank. They'll keep a record on all your shares, that you buy, or your money coming through from yourself to our company. And that's My Powerhouse Group, which will be based in London. We had it there pending registration, so I'll get that all set when I get there. And also My Powerhouse 1 is Scotland, so we're starting off the project in Scotland, in the Pentland Firth, or somewhere close by. Might be down the island there, an island. There's an island there for sale that I'm hoping that Jamie and I can go and have a look at. If it's still there, we'll purchase that and put the turbines right there and spin out the power. And for the turbines, and then COWI, C-O-W-I, COWI Design Engineers Limited, in Denmark. They will construct the plans. They've got an initial plan for it, but they can put that all together and have it all finished to build straight away. Okay, so we'll pre-sell all of that shares and to build that, and also we'll pre-sell buildings that we'll put up from the outset on Cook Street. Buildings that will go up. There's 115 stories, I think. That was the plan. There's a plan there for it. I'm talking about Auckland, New Zealand. Cook Street, the one I've been battling with for a long time. I've been wanting to put a building up there for a long time and design it, but I found a better way. It's quicker. And we're only concerned with space and accommodation for members to be in there. And so it'll be have everything, shops, hotels, swimming pools, the lot, for the ordinary people. Okay, and the well-to-do people, but I'm just saying it'll accommodate a lot of people in a small space on that block. There's 2.8 hectares. So that's just the model plan, and that'll go right through the well, and we can build the other designs I have in the sea. The same thing in the sea this way. So that's another one we're going to build straight away in the sea with the dirt we take out from Cook Street straight in the sea, and we build the design I have for that. Okay, straight off. And that'll be another landing platform in the middle of the coast here, close to Auckland. We don't have to go far to take the dirt. Okay, that make concrete, liquid concrete for aquafarms in the sea. That's what I wanted for, or out in the Manukau Harbour. In the rough tide, we can put that there and take the spoils of the dirt across there into the Manukau Harbour and take it, ship it out to the site. We've got a ship in Tahiti, a ferry. We'll just convert that to use for other means. So these are just some of the things that I've planned. And on the other side, we've got HB Bank Technologies in Taiwan. They do the hydrogen solid metal fuel, rocket fuel tanks. Right? So I've been through this with Bubitan, that's his name, director there. So we've had talks on the phone and crossing mails across. So he can come into the cooperative and trade straight through as a means of setting that part of the plan. He'll buy into it and he'll plan it all up on the Tidal Energy Bridge, and we can do that without travelling. He can do that online. And the other companies, the steel companies, probably China or more than likely China, all the steel in the buildings of that project, and also other contractors, generators, and hydrogen compressors and so forth. So I'm just telling you a ballpark of everything today, as to change the subject from what's been happening on Cook Street. And it's getting a bit boring there now, and I think Jamie's getting a bit tired waiting for me. And she said to me today, hurry up! And so I'm hurrying up. Somehow I'm just trying to hurry up today and try to get the website looking good. And I think that's about all I can say for now, apart from Sue Young, our contact in Dover in England. It's just going up to Dorset in the morning and see her dad, Eric's dad, well, they both shared the same dad. He's a good guy. So they want to shift there, and I'm hoping to assist in that. And she'll be looking after the pound notes, her and Eric, in Devonport. Okay, so I just set it up over, set things up. They can look after that. Quite welcome to it. They don't have to be there. They can do remote. Everything's remote. Everybody that works for Moai, that's another source of income. Is from employing people to work for Moai and administering the business from any of those countries. So I know that Daryl Payne is quite keen on looking after that part in America. So we've got some people there, other people there that are watching, and also in India and Pakistan. I've got a good friend that came back from Dubai. He's Pakistan, and he wants to do something for his family. They're here now, I think. They should be here. Shifted here from Pakistan. And so he can pick up on his side of engineering. He does all the under the city, all that planning. He plans up. He can plan up a lot of things for us, and I get on well with him. That's the Indian guy, and also the other ones in India that I've got some friends over there, including Sonia Gill there. She's pretty good. On her website, you can see me there on her website, but it's been in park. She's been waiting for a long time and gave up. So that's okay. I'll get over there and see her and pick up again from 2012. So I think that's about it at the present time. I can't think of anything else. Well, if I do, it'll just rattle out as it will. But so that's our next port of call. Is to set. I just want to set up the finance for the funding shares, just to get some funds in our bank to make it look better, and then we can pay the lawyer to do his job and the private investigator, because the private investigator's got a big job to recover all that debt. He's going to be busy boy, and also the lawyer will be busy boy, because you still need lawyers to do certain things, and they are in their Crown Court. So they won't just don't do anything for nothing until they get money. If they just went ahead and did it, we wouldn't be sitting there talking. We've been gone now. We'll be in England, and they would have paid and got to be paid just $3,000. It's been stopping me for the last 2 years. Okay, just to pay the lawyer. The private investigator. To do the case. So I've been skipping along this whole project, just focusing on planning. Okay, just keep going to plan and improve on the plans until now, with nothing, absolutely nothing, but the ideas. The ideas stack up, and they are bankable, and also they are potential for employment, and a lot of the problems that are there now, where the banks are taking most of the money for themselves, and the councils and the police and all these Queen's businesses are creaming it all off the people. That's why they've got nothing. Well, that's going to change. That's got to change, because you can't have that all your life, where someone's disadvantaged someone else, and that's clearly the difference between those people, the elite, and the people who actually own the land. Okay, they're borrowing the land and making money out of the real people's land, and so we'll change that very soon. And that all depends on the people. I've just got an idea to put out there, and all you have to do is pucker up to it. When I get my act together, and like Jamie says, hurry up. Well, if she was here, we will be hurrying up. But it's not that easy when you've got other things in the family to look after, just like normal. And so we'll get over that, and we'll leave it at that for now and do some work. Okay? So have a nice day. It's a bit dull outside, but it's warm, and it's chilly. It's starting to come into winter here. It's a beautiful time of the year. and at night time it's cool and cool chill in the air, but it's hot. It's sweaty hot that you'll wake up because it's uncomfortable to be in weather conditions like. We've got 4 weathers here operating at the same time. Okay, we've got wind blowing, rain, and we've got a bit of winter and the snowy mountain, and also hot from the tropics. Okay, being close to the sun, and we've got the tropics wind, heat wave coming across. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. John Wanoa, Auckland, New Zealand. Bye. Have a nice day.